Good morning, tribe and YouTube fam. What makes manifesting so hard? When we talk about identity work, because I talk a lot about identity, what makes identity stuff so difficult? Okay. And if you don't know what I'm talking about with identity, you want to become that most successful version of you. Why is it so hard? And no matter how many questions we have about this, it comes boiled down to this one answer we're going to talk about here in a second. Now, I'm Chad, by the way. Welcome to Live Life on Your Terms. I'm taking a morning walk, got my morning coffee here. I'm up in Thailand, in Surin. It's kind of been rainy, feels pretty good. But anyway, let's get to this. What makes manifesting so hard? What makes being that most successful version of you so hard? Okay, and I'm gonna kind of hit the nutshell right now is that we get focused on the wrong thing. Listen to this. Oh, you can see, I don't know if you can see it right here. No, I thought it was Thai buffaloes running over there, but it was somebody's motorbike. Looks like they're carrying stuff. So don't try to. This is like rice season, so they don't really have the buffaloes out running around anymore because everybody's planting and growing rice. But anyway, got sidetracked. Apologize. But you see, people get so caught up into the manifesting techniques not working. Okay, give me something that works. A new manifesting technique, a new never Galder technique, the new 555 technique, 357 technique, 777 technique, a 24-hour technique. You know, should I count money at nighttime? You know, maybe I'm not falling asleep in the right state. You get me? We get so focused on a manifesting technique that's not working, we're missing the entire point. Okay, we're kind of I can't even think of a word, but it's too early in the morning for that. But what you have to understand is what's really not working is the gunk in your life. You get me on that? That's what's not working. That's what's holding you back. That's what most of the time is stopping the manifesting technique that you're doing. Hands down. That's why most of the time your manifesting techniques don't work. No matter what you're doing, no matter if you really believe in it, that's what's really holding it back is because it's all the gunk, all the BS in your life. It's your old identity, if you want to put it that way. Your old identity is playing against you. Okay? Like your old identity is the bad guy in this situation. Okay, the manifesting techniques, you're trying to change your life. You're trying to get your life back in order. Okay, you want to manifest a great life. You want to live life on your terms. Okay, you want to become this most successful version of you. But for some reason, maybe you listen to the wrong people and they tell you the wrong shit. But you have to understand your old identity over here, this person over here, this Chad over here has been with you your whole entire life. Okay. And this Chad over here has all the bad beliefs, all the BS, all the negative stuff has happened to him throughout his entire life, no matter how old you are. Okay. And all those negative beliefs, all those bad experiences, all those beliefs that you heard growing up since you were 5 years old has shaped you and molded you. And it's not going to let you go very easily. You understand that. Okay, so you have to understand when you come into this game, yes, you're going to be able to manifest some things here and there, but most of the time what happens is people experience inconsistency. It's not consistent. You know, they manifest something over here, then they're trying to get this over here and it doesn't work. Okay, then maybe they try to manifest something over here and it works. Then you try to come back over here, manifest the same thing, don't work. You know what I mean? And like I said in the beginning, we don't want to look in the mirror. Okay, it's like the mirror principle. We don't want to. If I look in a mirror, what's the mirror principle? It's a self-reflection. That's what it is. Okay. When you look in the mirror, what do you see? You see yourself. When I look in the mirror, what do I see? I see myself. And the mirror principle is it's simple. It's a self-reflection of who you are. It's a self-reflection of your internal beliefs. You get me? It's a self-reflection of your internal thoughts. It's a self-reflection of what you murmur and complain about in secret to yourself. Okay, now some of you out there murmur and complain out loud. Okay, you murmur and complain to your friends. Okay, anytime someone calls you, you start murmuring and complaining. It's a self-reflection. Okay, that's what you have to get. That's really the mirror principle, clean and basic. And to take the mirror principle a little bit farther, kind of the next step, an advanced step, is that when you look in the mirror, and I look in the mirror and I see a self-reflection of myself, and what you should understand is you're the problem, but at the same time, you're the solution. Isn't that great news? Yes, I'm the problem, but I'm also the solution to the problem. Okay, when you look in the mirror, you start realizing that life happens for me, not to me. When you look in the mirror, you start realizing that life happens for my benefit. Okay, not against it. Okay, but like I said in the beginning of this video, we get hung up on the wrong stuff. We focus on the wrong stuff. Okay, if the manifesting if we feel the manifesting technique isn't working, we focus on what's wrong with the technique, Chad. But we don't focus on what am I doing? What am I'm doing something. This is what you have to understand. I'm doing something. Chad's doing something wrong. Chad's doing something that's holding himself back. Okay? Most of the time, almost in every answer, it's your old identity. Okay? It's an older version of you who is holding you back. It's like your comfort zone. Okay? What's your comfort zone? This is why your comfort zone is, and I should make a different video on this. That's why your comfort zone is dogs down there. I don't know if it's going to get loud if I walk down through there. This is why your comfort zone is so dangerous, because what is in your comfort zone? Okay. Am I making you think here for a second before I tell you the answer? I'm going to go the other way. I don't want to get loud. I want to walk down through there. It feels good. It's nice and shady, but I mean, the dogs won't bite me or anything. It's just, they just start barking and cause sound issues. But what's in your comfort zone? Okay. I've done a lot of videos on a fear barrier. Your dream life is on the other side of fear. Your dream life is on the other side of fire. Okay. Check out those videos. But most of the time when people get scared, they feel fear, worry, and doubt, they run back to the comfort zone. What's in your comfort zone? I'm asking you the question again. Okay. In your comfort zone is your old identity, your old self. Okay. Your old beliefs, your old habits, your old decisions. You get me on that? That's what's in your comfort zone. You're running back. You're not running back to a comfortable life. You don't have to worry about things. You're literally running back to your old self. Okay. The person that is your old self, listen to this, your old self is the person who's actually keeping you stuck. You know what I mean? Your old self is the person who is stopping the manifesting techniques from working. Okay? Your old self is the person who is stopping you from living life on your terms. That's what's really going on. Okay? It's your old self. Okay, I mean, put it this way. I'll try to give you a good example. I don't know. Sometimes I have really good examples that come up. I mean, I've had like tons of stuff happen to me in my life, but and sometimes I think of an example, but it's not that great. But I'll tell you this anyway. Okay, like when I talk about myself, when I talk about like my old self versus the most successful version of me, is like my old self is very, very indecisive. Okay. It takes me forever to make a decision. Most of the time, the decision is made for me because I've purposely waited too long to make the decision. How many of you listening to this right now is like that? Be honest. Okay. My old self overanalyzes. Okay. Overthinks. Now, overthinking, overanalyzing can be a superpower. It can be a superpower in business, but it also can be a weakness. And when you tie overthinking, overanalyzing to making decisions, what should I do? Should I do it? Should I shouldn't do it? Should I say yes? Should I say no? You know what I mean? Should I go to Ding Dang, Vietnam, or shouldn't I? And you stay in this cycle in your head. It's like a battle in your head going back and forth, besides just making a flipping decision. Yes or no? You know what I mean? You're not going to die. Oh, sorry about that. Walking down the pathways isn't very, very big as I'm walking in the middle. He was like, he wanted to probably say something, but he probably thought I didn't understand Thai. I don't understand conversational Thai, but I do understand basic. Now, going back to my example, you see, that's what I mean by when you go back to your comfort zone, you go back to that old self, and you start operating like that old self, like you had your whole entire life. Okay, and that's what holds you back. Because remember, I'm talking about me here for a second. That most successful version of me, when I told you some of my issues I have, okay, the most successful version of me, look at this, is very, very decisive. It's yes or no. When someone asks you a question, it's yes or no. Okay, when it comes down to decision time, I make a decision. I don't think about it, just make it. Okay, now if it's a big, big decision, investing decision and stuff like that, maybe you do a little bit of homework. But the bottom line is you pretty much make a quick decision. Okay. There is no overanalyzing it, overthinking it. You just make a decision. Okay. So that way I'm in control of my life. Okay. That's what that most successful version of me would do. And probably you too. Okay. These are just success habits 101 here. Okay. But at the same time, okay, my old self, because I've been indecisive my whole life. Okay. As far back as I can remember. I don't want to go off on a whole story about this. I've told this story many times. So my old self is going to fight against me every once in a while. And in the beginning, your old self is going to fight against you, seems like every day. Okay, this is what makes this stuff hard. Okay, again, like I'm saying, it's not the manifesting technique that's wrong, my friends. It's the gunk in your life. Okay, and that gunk is coming from your old identity. Okay, it's all your old beliefs. Okay, think about it this way. Your old self, if you believe, or you grew up with this belief, or you've heard people argue and complain about money, next thing you know, you don't even know why you think this way. You start hearing yourself say things like, well, money is hard. It's hard to make money. Money just don't come easily. Now, only lucky people have money. Only lucky people are rich. I wish I was rich. You know what I mean? That's your old identity talking. That's not the most successful version of you talking. Okay, that's what's holding you back. You're doing these manifesting techniques to attract money, okay, to manifest money. You're falling asleep counting money, but then over here, you're murmuring, complaining. Your deep beliefs is that money's hard. That's what's holding you back. Bottom line, it's not the technique. It's starting to rain, so I have to start at least walking back where I have some shelter. just in case we have a downpour. It might just be a little sprinkle, but you never know. It is Thailand. But that's what I want to share with you. Let's kind of wrap up this video now because it might rain. You might be seeing me run, or I don't want to I might have to put my phone away. But another nugget, if you stayed this long in the video, is the next question is, well, Chad, I understand what you're saying, maybe some of you out there believe what I'm saying, is how do you get this to work? Okay. And this is an answer that you don't want to hear. Okay. You got to remain in the fire. Okay. Bottom line, you got to keep doing it. You don't give up. Okay. If you're doing manifesting techniques, well, you keep doing them. Okay. If you're doing identity work, you keep doing them. You keep doing them until you finally believe that what you want, you can have it. Okay. Bottom line, let me jump up here. It's starting to get harder and harder. Okay, now I'm kind of, they have this like little thing where remember the pond's over here. Sometimes you can't see it when I'm walking up over here anymore because since it's rainy season, like all the bushes and everything are really grown up, so you can't really see where I'm walking. But yeah, I mean, that's how you get this stuff to work. Most of you guys are throwing in the towel way too early. You're running around looking for the how, controlling the how. The how, again, this is manifesting can be easy. It is practically super simple. Okay. Seriously. We're the ones that make this stuff hard. Okay. If you want to be that most successful version of you, that successful identity, honestly, guys, all it is you acting as if, and you're acting as if in all areas of your life. Okay. Okay. And one of the things I do with this is that, and I catch myself doing this from time to time, sometimes weekly, that I'll ask myself, you know, what would the most successful version of Chad do? And you got to put your name into that. What would you do? Okay. What would the most successful version of you do in this situation? Okay. Now, sometimes it's going to be a battle in your mind and you're going to be like, I don't know what I would do. And other times you're going to know right away what that most successful version of you would do. It's going to be a quick yes or no. Yes, this is what I would do if I was in this situation. Okay. But see, you have to follow that advice. Okay. That's what I do. When I start kind of going down that rabbit hole of being indecisive, not making a decision, and it's kind of reason why I bring that up is I'm kind of going through that right now. Is this is middle of July? I think it's July 15th or something like that, and I have to leave for my visa. No, I got to leave. Now I got a long visa, but I've been here. I've already been here for a year, so I got to leave and come back. It doesn't matter how long. I leave for a day, come back, whatever. But in the middle of August, I got to leave and come back. So the question is, do I go over to Da Nang, Vietnam, check it out, stay over there for a week, stay in a nice resort over there, take a little mini vacation, because I've been working really hard since I've been up here. Okay. Because most of you know that's been keeping up with me. Up in Saran, dude, there's literally nothing. This isn't me whining and complaining. There's literally nothing flipping to do. So when I I focus on work, that's all I literally do is work. So part of me is like, dude, I'm ready for like a week vacation. Even though some of you think, well, Chad, you live on vacation. You get me? But then I find myself from time to time, I'll flip back to the old version of me, baby. I'll flip back of being indecisive. I'll flip back to don't know which way to go, don't know which way is best. And the more I stay, listen to this, the more I stay in that version of me, the more confused I feel. The more I don't even know which way is the right answer, because I'm not making a decision. Okay. And when I get like that, I always ask that question I'm telling you is, what would the most successful version of Chad do in this situation? And if that answer comes back, now, if you can't answer that question right away, ask that question to the universe. Let it just float out there. Okay. Leave it alone. Let it be. Forget about it. Because you'll have like an intuitive thought happen sometimes a few hours later, sometimes in a couple days, that will answer that question. Okay. And sometimes it will come back and say, oh, go to Da Nang, Vietnam for a week. Don't care about what the costs are. That's what the most successful version of you would do. So then it's up to me to follow that. Okay. Because you have to understand, it's all about alignment, my friends. Giving you a lot here. Okay. I was going to wrap up this video, but then I get stuck in the rain. What you want, listen to this, what you want has to align with that version of you. You get me? So if you want your dream car has to align with that version of you who already has your dream car. And it's for anything you want. You want to be a multimillionaire? You want to be a successful entrepreneur? Well, that version of you has to align with that successful entrepreneur, with that multimillionaire. Okay. This is what identity work does to you. Okay. That's why you go into the root. Okay. It's not all these techniques. Again, it's not all these techniques you're doing. But anyway, my friends, I'm going to wrap this up. I might try to tough it out, walk in the rain, and go home. That way I'm not stuck here. But I don't want to get my phone wet. But anyway, since we're talking about identity work, a few things I want to point out here. One, if you want to be part of the tribe, the link is in the description. If you want to work with me, the link is in the description also. Also with that, get part of the 30-day challenge. Okay, the 30-day challenge, it's a whole 30 days, 100% 30 days. It's a whole month. All we do is identity work. All we do is go to the root cause of the issue. Okay, this isn't surface layer stuff. If you want to live life on your terms, you have to go to the root. The link is in the description. Okay, it's called the 30-day challenge or the 30-day breakthrough challenge. The link is in the description. Go check that out, and maybe I'll see you inside the challenge. Other than that, my friends, remember, I love you guys. If you have questions, comment below, and I will see you in the next video.